So my dear sister just sent me a cease and desist letter. The reason why is I sent a crabs check to her work. The reason why I did that is she told me I needed to take medication. She's like, you should take your meds, and I just didn't agree. I don't think I'm like, how could they help you? And then she's like, I'll never talk to you again. And so I'll send a. This is the photo I sent to her work. Check my post around this date. Look at my posts. I will put exactly what I sent to her work. And she sent me a cease and desist letter. But this is the key. She had the correct address, and she said it was undeliverable. She said a notice was placed on the door and that it wasn't able to be delivered. Well, there's no notice on my door. I order stuff all the time to that address. I just got my VA records today. I ordered a new copy of my VA records to the address she has on file. She showed me where she sent it, and it's right. So what this means, see, she just killed my cat. I had a cat that was like my cat at their house, and she just put it down. She just killed it. So, yeah. I sent her an image of her. You know how it's like the internet has stuff? The internet had a painting of her crying. And I sent it to her work going, this is the face I make after I kill my brother's cat. And she sent me a cease and desist letter. But here's the thing. She signed it in MS Paint. It's not signed by a pen. It's signed by MS Paint. So, and she said it was undeliverable. She said it, and then she gave me this medical explanation, and I've asked for the medical records of the cat being like, show me the cat had leukemia, which is what she claimed. The cat had leukemia. It sounds like you'd have a document about that. She hasn't given me one. And what's funny is my mom has not sent a cease and desist letter because I send her open stuff about circumcision. So I don't think people have a right to not know what circumcision is. Yes, it's bloody babies. No, you don't have a right to not know about it because that's what the religions and the government and the holidays are all about. All of those holidays result in the bloodying of babies, so you don't have a right to not know. You have to know. Yeah, so her cease and desist letter was not actually mailed because I would get it, and she had no lawyer on her MS Paint signed document, meaning she didn't even print it. She doesn't have a lawyer. So yeah, it's a fake. She was mad that I embarrassed her at work. And if you're sending me fake, if you're claiming you sent a cease and desist letter that you didn't, no tracking number, she just has something that's like, look like she copy pasted something. It was undeliverable. Really? I don't think so. There's nothing on my door. There's literally a spot on my door for notices. There's nothing there. My mailbox is empty. So what it was is she really killed the cat in retaliation for circumcision. That's how deep and terrible this problem is. People think they have a right to circumcise to the point that they just like hide and lie. Like, why am I not Google? Google has no official customer support email for the whole US. And the real Google headquarters, the headquarters that handle their legal stuff, is in India. So how is Google owned by Indians? How did that happen? We weren't told. We were told it was an American company. What is really going on this planet? Yeah, it was funny. My sister sent me a fake cease and desist letter. She's like, it was undeliverable at the address, which isn't true. I mailed something to that address earlier, and she showed me the address. It was right. So she either put a typo. No, she would give me a tracking number. She didn't do that. She just gave me something that looked like the tracking number results, but there was no tracking number on it. So yeah, if you really did kill the cat and she did not have leukemia, then that means that she would have to fake a tracking number and she would have to have a cease and desist order with no legal ties, which is what it really was. So yeah, she was talking to me and it wasn't a problem until I mentioned the problems with circumcision, and then she turned, and then she was a little, just like Michelle Cabrati from Sahara. Normal person suddenly hates me. Why? Because they support circumcision and they don't know it's a crime. It'd be like if I was a black person and I was like, I don't have to work for you for free. They would be like, what? You traitor. It's like, okay, whatever. So, yeah, I don't feel bad. Yeah. I check my post for this date. I will show you exactly what I sent to her work. It's going to make you laugh. And that was not, I didn't do that. That was given to me. Someone else did that. So. I am not ceasing and desisting. She doesn't have a lawyer. She didn't really mail it. And that means that somewhere in that, she's guilty. I asked for the medical records proving the cat had leukemia. Still waiting on that. And my mom, who gets way more mail than my sister does, hasn't said anything because she knows she actually did it. So here's why she's not legally protected from having done circumcision. She asked for it herself. The magic book comes out of a printer and she should have known better. Like, it's a hoax. You never see God or Jesus walking around. There's never like a light and then the Bible floats at you from the sun. That never happens. It's man-made. You can tear a page out, you won't die. Tear a page out of a Bible, you won't die. No thunderbolt will strike you, right? So she should have known it was a hoax, and she went through with it anyway, so she owes me. She hasn't sent me a cease and desist letter at all. So, sending it to her work, I can send anything and say anything to anyone. And I also checked. You don't have a right, since she's my sister, since she's my literal biological sibling, she can't actually cut contact with me. If I want to go and talk to her, I have a fucking right. Nobody can stop that. So, that's just one of those things. My money. I got stacks of these. I didn't play the money game. Like, how do people end up with millions of dollars? I have no idea. Get lucky, I guess. So, I have a problem with calling myself a winner over others. Like, one of the problems with, like, that whole winner ideology is that you're excluding everybody else. You're saying, I am more special than them, and I know how money works. And I know that I don't deserve a single penny if I didn't earn it. I know that. So, is someone who works for $10 an hour really that much worse than me because I want $1 million a day? That's what you're saying, you know? That's one of the reasons I didn't do it, was respect. So, yeah. My sister... See, we were having a nice conversation, but it really came down to the circumcision thing. So, I want proof that that cat had leukemia. She didn't send it. She sent me all this other stuff. She didn't send that, and she was explaining too much. And it is true that her document's not signed with a pen. It's not signed with a marker. It's not signed with a pen. It's signed in a freaking computer brush, meaning she didn't even print it. So is her undeliverable receipt accurate? Probably not. She probably lied about that too. So here's one of the things about my sister. She's had the same job for 10 years, same place. She hasn't gotten something new. She's barely been promoted. I checked the equity on my parents' house. They haven't done shit to pay it off. Like, they're halfway through owning it. So, and where she turned was circumcision. I mentioned circumcision's a problem, and her society programming came back in. I'm going to stop you, just like the last place made me the enemy because I don't like circumcision. I hear it all the time. All the time people will write me and go, I don't like that you don't like religion. Why? Why don't you let the creator not like it? See, they have to do something for it to matter, and they know they suck. So, the creator's not going to do anything to me. It's going to be humans who are mad, who are going to conspire, and they may or may not be successful, but I can fight, and I will. So yeah, her cease and desist letter was fake, and she doesn't actually have the legal right to tell me not to talk to siblings, and she earned it by telling me I should be medicated. She went out of her way to say, you should be medicated, you should see a psychiatrist. Isn't that a type of put down? It heckin' is, you know? So, It's not like she didn't do that. It's not like she was only nice and I launched on her for no reason. No, 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 no. She killed the cat. She ignored my warnings about circumcision and supported saying I was crazy. You earned that. Which is also probably why her letter was fake. She doesn't have a lawyer, you know. She said it was forwarded to HR. Yeah. She has not sent the paperwork proving the cat had leukemia. She had everything else to say, but she didn't have any documentation. So I told her this. I said, if you don't want to get more letters about circumcision, because I send bloody baby photos in the mail, just open for anyone to look at. And I said, if you don't want to get more of that, you have to move, because there's going to be a lot of it. There's going to be a ton of that coming to that house. So, but they're in a pickle. And my mom, who gets most of it, gets most of this mail. She has not done anything like that because she knows she's the one who asked for it. She knows she's the one who forced the circumcision on my body. So if she walks into a court going, I don't want to hear about this anymore, it's going to be hear about what? Hear about what? What don't you want to know about? And it's going to be, I cut my son's dick off and he's mad. And that's not going to go with me having to be quiet. It's not. It's going to go with them owing me, and she knows she can't pay. So, but here's the thing that's funny. She can't apologize. Here's the thing. If she said, I had no idea circumcision was wrong. I made a huge mistake with you. I know it ruined your life. I'm so sorry. I can't make it up. But, you know, I will join your side in opposing it. I would actually accept that. I would say that's good enough. But she did not say that. Ever. They go, you're crazy. Do I look crazy? Do I sound crazy? Is surgically removing active, useful pieces of baby genitals a good idea or a bad idea? Do the people who were affected by it have a right to get Kwamenpans to come back and get back for having it done? Yes. And since the law authorized it, and the law protects the real government, Super Pedo Island, the law can be ignored as a pedophile stronghold. I didn't sue them. I haven't sent them a legal letter. I sent them photos of what it really does, and that's what's upsetting. That's what they cannot stand. So, yeah, it's true that her undeliverable mail receipt was a lie. She didn't send anything because it's not printed. Her copy has an MS Paint signature. Doesn't look real. And she still hasn't sent me any photocopies of Mishi's medical papers. So the cat was murdered, and the reasons why she said it had to happen, she hasn't been able to prove. So, and the only reason she cares is I sent her something to her work. Well, I did. Check my posts for this date. You'll see exactly what I sent to her work. It looks just like her. I found it the day after we had our conversation. But yeah, she asked me to never talk to her again, and she said goodbye for all time. She went from being a nice person to hating me about circumcision. So it's her in her world with religion and dad. My dad's an idiot. My dad has Down syndrome. He has a cracked tongue. He's very stupid. My dad has problems. And so my dad was married to a woman who cares for special needs people, right? She does. She's a professional special needs carer, and he looks clueless all the time. So my dad can't really be held responsible. Besides, I remember the conversation. My dad said he'll hate it. Get him circumcised. My dad said he'll hate it. My mom said, I don't care, it's cleaner. Oh, it's cleaner, is it? It's cleaner to be circumcised, is it? Hey, India, can I have an account that has nice numbers, please? I mean that. Join me in opposing the secret government. I have an open allegiance to anybody worldwide who opposes Super Pedo Island Bunker World. You can hang out with anyone who wants to hang out with you. You open their doors and they want to be there, I don't give a shit. You cut off the baby dicks and you abduct little girls for training to be private sex slaves, illegal. I have a right to fight you no matter what the law says. No matter who opposes me. I don't care what they think. So yeah. My sister sends me a cease and desist letter to my email address because she says, you know what's funny? Is what she said it was undeliverable. A message was left. It wasn't. And it will be tried again tomorrow. Well, if it's going to be tried again tomorrow, why'd you send it to me in an email? Yeah, it's signed in MS Paint. It's not signed by a Sharpie. It's not signed by a pen. It's signed by freaking holding down the mouse button and drawing. So, yeah. If she was serious about that, she'd have a lawyer attached. She's just threatening me because she lost. She did kill the cat because circumcision's wrong. Oops. She did kill the cat because circumcision's wrong. I said it, and then the cat was dead. It didn't really happen until I mailed anti-circumcision stuff to the house. Suddenly, the cat was sick and had to die. You know, it was my cat, not any other cat. My cat. So, yeah. They're weird. I need them to invite me over for me to come over, and they never do. And it's because of circumcision. It really is. Like, I checked my emails between me and my mom 3 years ago. Here's my rose garden. I'm happy for you. All this stuff, right? And then I realized circumcision's wrong, and all of a sudden it's like you have problems. You hang out with homeless people. That's what she said. So what happened is I wanted to do that. I think it's right. I found out it's wrong from him. Now I'm scared, which they should be. I think, like, the people who ban kids from getting revenge on their parents are doing a disservice. Parents should be terrified of doing things their kids would hate to them. They should feel like there's no protection for doing that. And they should try a lot better to have people who are intact and had a meritable childhood, not being forced to swim in pee, not physically stripping pieces of their body off so they can go to heaven. That's shit you lose in court for. And, you know, is the court ready to do that now? Yes, because videos and pictures of circumcision are horrible. The horror on the earth is that the real government's Super Pedo Island. They like little girls, and their baby boys are takeout targets. So, like I said, I would forgive them if they could admit it's wrong, but they made me wrong. They went right down to, because how long has this been going on? Forever. The lower class have been getting circumcised for all time. Black and white. It's on every globe. You know, Europe claims it never circumcised. Europe claims it never circumcised. Rome crucified. There's videos of the Pope performing circumcisions. And Europe says they never circumcised. Look at the stumbling drunk of Ireland. Their trans president. Trans means more circumcision. Trans means remove the balls and the cock. Make a hole. You can be a woman now. Do you see? Oh yeah, this will get no views. Don't let anyone know this. Her letter wasn't real. She showed me the address she sent it to, and it was correct. And I get mail there all the time. I just requested my VA records this afternoon to that address. Completely the same. I expect to get them. The fact that she has a non-valid signature, no lawyer. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy to support circumcision's not a problem. You're complaining about nothing. It's going to be hard to support that. And so what I told my sister is, if you don't want to get letters about circumcision, you're going to have to move out, because there's going to be a lot of them. So I don't think that they have the equity or the power to move to a new place. And I think that it would be the separation of them. For my sister, I think she needs a better job than her job. Her job sucks. She only got it because she has no intelligence, in my opinion. And I don't know why. Probably the worms. My dad's yeah. So she told me I needed to get medicated, and I sent to her, you should take care of your worms. So, but I did it after she told me that. She's like, you're crazy. You need to be on medication. I didn't say anything rude to her at all until she said that. And she just kind of came with that out of nowhere. And then she tries this goodbye forever speech. For every birthday I'll miss. They never threw me a birthday. I never had a birthday. Why are you crying about my birthdays? You thinking about what people will see you read it, but she was never like wishing me a happy birthday. I've never in my life gotten a birthday card from my sister, and I've never in my life gotten a present from her. Not once. Why would you be suddenly sending me all this birthday stuff? Doesn't make any sense to me. Hey, India, can my people see this, please? Is India Super Pedo Island? You know what's sad is when people hate what I said because I think it might be them. Or people online who pretend they're like, oh yeah, I'm the super pedo. No, you're not. They don't speak English. They're not literate. We couldn't be typing to each other. You know, that's sad when you have such little play that you pretend to be a super pedo just so someone you don't know would think you're cool. That's like, I'm going to heaven, right? Oh yeah, you're going to heaven for sure, bud. All the way to heaven. All the way. So, yeah, this is, I guess, the end of this video vlog called My Sister Sends Me a Cease and Desist Letter. Sounds enticing, but as you know, it doesn't count. So, undeliverable my ass. I have gotten giant boxes delivered here. I've gotten, you know, there's literally a spot on my door for notices. You can put a notice on my door and I'll see it. You know, people are like, oh shit, he's talking about suing, he's doing all this stuff, because they're all Christian, they all believe in Christmas, they all go to Easter and Thanksgiving and Halloween. They believe circumcision is the cure for man. That's what a man needs. Cut some shit off his dick. You were too arrogant. Imagine being a baby, being guilty for all the crimes a man could ever do. I don't have to imagine that. I know exactly what that's like. So, I did hear in like Super Meditation is like, you think you're cool. Old Chris is gonna be fucking awesome, because I'm dropping the act and I'm fighting the power. And it's finally moving things in the right direction. And as like a social leader who does this stuff for his time, I am totally willing on making the biggest, noisiest fight possible about it. Try to tell me no. Just try. I drive around and put this, here's this, in your freaking door, in your wherever. You gotta read what this says. It looks like 100. From right back here, I just found 100. It's my lucky day. Psych. God, it's trash. Pedo BS. What are you gonna do? They shut down the internet. You know what they also did? So I left my last place and they like let it go. The day they reopened it and said they were gonna try some shit was the day that the internet went down in this. So was the person who attacked me really an employee, or was she a special agent? I don't know. But it was clear, like, the moment they arrived, they were attacking me. It was, I was under suspect. And nobody was ever mean like that to me before. But it was when I didn't like circumcision. Then all this, like, trespassy stuff started happening. So, do you have a right to cut off baby dicks because God says no? That's a ludicrous, insane thing to think. And the people you did it to have a right of both stopping you and figuring out who put it together. And if you even try to get in my way... See, before, when you couldn't show a video of the blood and hear the screams, it was pretty easy to be like, you're exaggerating. Remember how Jesus suffered, you know, all that stuff. That shut a lot of people up. But now that there's video, now that there's scenes of torment, you can't deny it now. Now it's beyond cooked. So, yeah. She did not send a cease and desist letter. There is not. She hasn't sent me the medical records. There's nothing saying this cat had leukemia. And when she does, I'm going to call the vet and find out. If it's what I think, it's they just dropped it off and asked for it to be euthanized, then yeah. So, careful whose genitals you touch with a knife. See, you think I'm bad. Wait till the trannies get it. When the trans people, the people who you totally are not a tranny, it was a boy who you mutilated and tortured. They have a hole between their legs. They've never experienced their body. They're like a eunuch. An extreme eunuch. When is the government gonna hear this? When is the government gonna act like it really did it? They fly planes over. I see helicopters circling my house. Shh. Don't let them know we're fucking scared. Yeah. Not only are you not the children of God, and not only is the real government super pedo island, and not only is circumcision baby rape, but the people who were swapped genders are gonna be way more mad. Way more mad than me. And who's gonna fucking pay them? How? More than the slaves who have to work for debt money? No, it's gotta be a complete change. We're gonna kill super pedo island. The real government is gonna get exposed. We're gonna figure out where the secret long-term breeding facilities are. We're gonna figure that out. And we're gonna silence this nonsense about people who hate circumcision are crazy. They're not.